What's up? What's up? What's up, Michael?
How you doing, my brother? Hey,
Good, man.
everybody.
Over here at the happiest place on earth.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Good for you guys. Is it nice and hot there or what?
It's warm. I mean, I got to throw on the tank top, it was like 90 something at one point.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty chilly. I get
Yeah,
I
for
get
you guys.
yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to jump on really quick and say hi, Michael. I know you're gonna fly solo today, do some
Yep.
Q&A, so I just want to say hi. Um, I did want to say, Janine, Scott, you know,
hmm
thank goodness you're okay. Obviously our best wishes and love goes out to you. Hopefully everything was okay.
Thoughts and prayers for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And
Yeah,
reach out, yeah, reach out if you guys have any questions around that.
yeah,
Obviously we're
and I can let everybody know too that hadn't heard. It's everybody's okay though, but yeah.
yeah.
So, but
Cool.
Gabe, well, I'll shoot you a friendly text and we'll catch
All
up
right.
soon. And you
You
guys be careful. Have fun.
Yeah, guys. Bye, guys.
Take care. Very, very cool. So, what's up, everybody? Good to see everyone on the evening. And I'm going to be flying solo, yours truly. These solo runs are few and far between, but I actually like them because I'm able to really engage with you guys on the Q&A questions and whatnot. And by the way, I'm going to be sweating like a mother because I'm in my shop and we don't have AC in here right now. So, but I wanted to, set up kind of, everybody knows we're working on the studio gallery and so I got crap everywhere, but wanted to kind of show off some of the pieces that you guys have been seeing pictures of and stuff. So, but let's introduce everybody. I want to say hello and remember, everyone, I am not the techie one, so bear with me. But I want to say hello to Miss Robin. How you doing, Robin? Sean, what's up? Hey, Benjamin. Good to see you guys. Let's see. Star Wars Addict 88. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Jens? That's really cool. Janine, hello, hello. We'll be mentioning you in a minute here. So let's see here. Chris, what's up, Chris? Armando, my brother. Golly, a lot of people in here in the coming in right now. So make mead. Star Wars. Let's see. Kyle, Janine. So Wizzy, what's up, bro? Wizzy, good to see you tonight. Hey, Scott. Glad you guys are good. So Zombie Hunter, what's up? My brother Pete. Let's see. Jedi. What's up, Brad? So real quick, get it out of the way. Those of you that are on Instagram, living and loving that side of life. So I hope it's okay. Just briefly, Scott and Janine were a hit and run, and they weren't in their vehicle. They were pedestrians, I believe, crossing the street, and somebody hit them and kept going. And luckily, that they were both okay. So I'm glad that you guys are all right. You just never know in life. You're not ever promised. Everybody knows that. You don't know what's happening in an hour from now, but always tell your friends and family that you love them. That's why you hear it from me all the time. I love you guys, because you just don't ever know. And I want everybody to know that, hey, I love y'all. Y'all are super cool. But yeah, so a lot of things I wanted to talk to you guys about. One is trying to stay dry as we talk. God dang, it is probably here in San Antonio. I would say right now it's dropped down a little bit, maybe 102. It's ridiculous. We've never ever had this type of temperatures that I ever remember, and I don't ever remember saying, you know what, I'm ready for winter ever, because I usually hate the cold. But now I'm looking forward to it. So it's crazy, but yeah. So yeah, me too, Brad. Uh, Crazy is a perfect word. Thanks, Michael. Oh, of course, nothing but love. So, anyways, guys, I'm just gonna start talking to you guys about some fun stuff that's been going on, as you guys can see in the background. Um, we've had him done. My friend Eric completed this beautiful swamp version R2D2, and he is ready for transport this next week. ET here He's almost ready. He's just missing. He's going to be the drunk version ET. See his what is that? Speak and spell or talk and spell? Can't remember. And of course we have his flowers. And in the back, as you guys can see, look at the scale of jaws. You guys know that that's a 11-foot. You look at this scale. I mean, thing is huge, huge piece. Yeah, so he's going to get hung next week in the restaurant, which is really cool. So looking forward to that. But yeah, Studio Gallery's coming along as well. And we got the foam insulation done. We're going to be doing sheetrock work and AC this next week. So I'm hoping sooner than later we'll be setting up models in there, which I cannot wait to do. So anyway, so thank you. Yeah, Armando. I love the R2 as well. And hey, guys, this is kind of cheesy because I can't bring this stuff up. But I just got to show you guys this because my friend Mike, we talked about him quite a while back. I had my life-size Bespin Luke that God Aiken did the life cast sculpt on, and me and Denise were working on the body, and I just never was happy with it. And this friend of mine, Mike, that I met through Instagram, reached out. He's the guy that had my original number 5 Boba Fett, now lives in California. He's in the body shop business, and he took my Luke to a whole complete other level where it was my actually I wanted it. I loved the Luke Skywalker, but I just was not happy with it. And so he sent me a photo today saying, hey, it's finished. And if you guys are looking at your monitor, you can see right here, this is the finished version Luke. So he's been cut down to size. He's got the rusted up, I mean, just the details. So he's very, very accurate. And, you know, for not a, I mean, look at him. It's him. His head is fully posable. But yeah, and even this lightsaber, we were going to use the Icon's lightsaber. And he sent me a video of this thing. And this video, it's hooked to a magnet. So when you put it on the swing, it flips up. So when it's in its sitting version, it's in really good shape. I'll definitely post that on Instagram. But this is a really, really badass piece. And you guys have seen the Yoda. So R2, Yoda, and Luke. I mean, where do you see stuff like that? Well, with the Dark Side Brick Oven Pizza Company, right? But so yeah, there's a lot of things I wanted to tell you guys about, and obviously because I'm solo, I'm doing all the talking here. But don't hesitate to ask any questions, and I'll do what I can to answer those. Thank you, Jens. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you. I want to talk to you, Jeff, about that awesome diorama you have that you just got set up with the Falcon. I want to know what your plans are with that. That's really, really cool. And Brian Makes Dioramas did a fantastic job on that. So I know, right? Exactly. Brad. Okay, so Darth Wizzy, no way. Yep. That Jaws is quarter scale compared to the original Bruce. I would say negative. That is Bruce right there. That is accurate scale. That is to the T accurate. And not sounding cocky, besides the original one, there's not one any closer than this. This was very, very accurate. Yeah, it's just hard to tell. But yeah, I can sit inside his body if I wanted to. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So, damn, it is hot. So, yes, sir. But hey, so if you guys saw in the photos that Gabe posted, I wanted to talk to you guys about a new commission. And everyone's asking, is this going to be for the restaurant? And honestly, I don't think it's going to be for the restaurant. Mr. Michael McMaster, he thinks that I'm doing it in the restaurant because I did tell him that, but I just might like it so much that I just want to keep it in my own collection. I'm not sure yet. So everybody does know Mr. Michael McMaster. He is very well known for his work in the industry, a lot of stuff for Disney and, of course, Lucasfilm in regards to like The Mandalorian. We had him on the show. Gabe and I had him on. about a couple months back with Gordon, and we talked about his R5 that he did in Mando, and of course the life-size probe droid that I still need to finish over here again. And of course he did a couple of the other droids and lots of things he's done for Disney. And so me and him are in collaboration, and he has decided to take on the build of what is, I don't know, a lot of you guys might already know, but my all-time favorite robot, which is Maximilian. I just got this one. This one's pretty cool. A lot of you guys might have seen this, and this is of course the original action figure Maximilian right here. The details. This one's pretty detailed though. It's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, I've been collaborating, and those of you that follow Michael McMaster, if you don't, you need to on Instagram. His droid ability, he's so intense, and he was very excited, which I was even more excited that he decided to take on this build. And the coolest thing is he's hoping within a couple months. So he's already started on it. The head on this thing, Maximilian from the Black Hole. The bottom of this head, technical wise, just kind of give you guys an idea on scale. The bottom of this is 19 inches across. 19 inches to give you an idea of just the scale of how big he is. He's freaking huge. So he's going to light up. We're going to haven't figured out what we're going to be doing on the deals that turn, but it's going to be really, really cool. Hey, Matt, good to see you, brother. Good to see you for sure. I'm supposed to be hanging out with Matt and Joseph and Sean and Bianca, and we weren't able to get away as I had planned to fly up there and see them. So it sucks because this is the weekend and they're all hanging out. Sucks. So hope Joseph and all them have a good dinner tonight without me, but that's fine. So, but does anybody have any questions? Yeah, in regards to the Maximilian, it's, to my knowledge, it's never been done. I know that there's been people that have done. I think the files just became recently available, but the detailed files anyway. But I know there's been people that have tried to do, sculpts of it out of like foam, and I've seen some pretty good ones out there, but they're really few and far between. You can't find them online. So pretty cool. Good to see you, Matt. You on break? So does anybody have any questions for me in regards to the Black Hole? And now you guys know how you fall down that rabbit hole. It's like, I want definitely to get Vincent, and McMaster told me that they have Bob now too, the beat up little droid. Wouldn't that be so cool to have both of them next to Maximilian? So now we've got the Battlestar Galactica Cylon. We've got this one. We've got a Star Wars droid. No, we're not going to get a cyborg from Star Trek. So I hope everybody's having a good evening. I was looking forward to doing some one-on-one and hanging out with you guys tonight, even though it is freaking hot as shit. Okay, Jeff, and when are you coming down again? Because I know that you make your frequent visits to Austin. I hadn't seen you, so our target date we are hitting. I know everybody's going to be like, man, what the hell? So we were shooting for the month of November, and it could still happen, but we're just stay tuned to my Dark Side Pizza Company Instagram, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted and give everybody plenty of notice about the opening. I don't know if you guys saw the new upstairs mezzanine that we did. That place is just amazing. It's really, really cool. And today we got the water fountain, the Yoda fountain, where the bronze Yoda is going to be resting. I finally got that all done, and we turned on the water for the first time today, and it's all coming out even, which, I was one of the ones that did all the plumbing. So I was concerned that it wasn't going to flow evenly, but it flows perfect. I was real excited. Now I just want my freaking Yoda. There's no telling how long it's going to be. Could be another 8 months for all I know. Who knows? So, yeah, no problem at all, Jeff. No problem. So, hey, Matt. Good to see you, Matt's Collection. Thanks for joining tonight. Yeah, it's just me solo, just hanging out with ETR2, Jaws, and a couple of the studio models and all my buddies. So, but what crazy a day it's been for a few of us, huh? So, what's up, David? Max, one of the greatest scary movie bots of all time, up there with the T800 for me. Thanks for hopping in and chiming in and for your comment. 100% agree. This guy was very menacing when I was a kid when it came out. Yeah, he was. I mean, he didn't even have. He didn't talk. Yeah, just like the T800, they didn't talk either. Those robots, and they were just very menacing. But just seeing this guy, he was just. And at the end of the movie, when he's sitting on that hill and all the fire and shit, I don't know if that's supposed to mean that he's in hell or what the hell that meant, but that was pretty scary for sure. Hey, Justin, good to see you, buddy. So I never understood the ending of the lack of. You know what? I never did either. And it's funny that you said that, Brad, because I'm like, okay, where does his feet go? Because they sure can't go in the legs or this. But yeah, I was wondering the same thing. So everybody knows that script probably was put together pretty quick just to catch up with all the other sci-fi movies that were going on at the time. But let me show you guys, just to give you guys an idea on scale, because when we negotiated the build on Maximilian, me and Michael McMaster were talking, and he sent me this picture, and he says, "Holy crap! I didn't realize how big this thing really was." And this is a rare pic of Maximilian, but you can see the two guys that are working on it. If you look on your screen, look at that thing. It's huge. Yep. Yes, Darth Wizzy, that is the medical frigate. It sure is. Will you have any 19? You know what? Did you say 89? Yes. So I'm not, I mean, the dark side. Is it Star Wars or is it dark side Batman? It's not that I'm not a Batman fan. I just honestly don't have anything Batman. I was honest. I was looking for a Batmobile to maybe have in the front, but I couldn't find any that were legitimate, that wasn't crap, because I always thought that I could put that in the local cons and stuff and get my money back on it. But I just couldn't find one that was legitimate. And then I have it on order, the Sideshow, and I was gonna use that Jazz Inc. Batwing and do the moon and have it backlit and have it on your exits above the exit sign when you walk out. But it's just not practical. So the answer is, unfortunately, at this point in time, there's not going to be any Batman stuff in there. It's funny because Richard Riley's like, you need to let me build the Batwing and have it like crashed in the building. And it's like, yeah, let me put together another couple extra million and we can do that. So, but yeah, I hope I'm not letting you down on that. So, the end of the black hole. My understanding is at the end of the black hole is that they all died. The villain went to hell and the heroes went to heaven. It's a good way to look at it. Let's see. That's interesting, yeah, for sure. Matt, you were 7 or 6, Scott, when you saw it. Never thought that. Yeah, I didn't either, honestly. I changed my mind. It looks. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's real hot. Look at me. But I need to sweat, So all good. And I'm about 10 feet away. You know what? I'm sweating because I wanted you guys to see some cool shit in the background. So if you guys notice, every time you see the show, I like to have something new and interesting for you guys to see in the back that's, inspiring, and nothing like an 8-foot Star Destroyer and the medical frigate. Bruce, that's crazy. Those beady eyes. So, do we have a lot of Jaws fans in the audience by chance? Maybe. Let's see. You should see. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's that way everywhere. The heat has just been crazy. Um, yeah, it's real hot. But so to any of you Jaws fans out there, I was gonna show you some pickups that I just recently got. which are pretty cool. I got one of them today actually, and it's kind of ironic because a lot of the things that I've received with the Jaws, it's stuff that had to do with the Orca, stuff that was maybe on the Orca. So check this out. And my buddy Ryan, who you guys know that did that beautiful Fibro Axe for the Dark Side, hooked me up with this find right here. Does anybody recognize this? Check this out. This son bitch has weight. This is from World War II. This is a machete. I don't know the exact details of it, but cut your freaking head off of this thing. It's badass. So this is seen a few times. Very well known scenes. One is when he cuts it and releases the yellow barrels off of the Orca, and of course when Quint goes inside. Yeah, exactly. Quint goes inside the shark and he's screaming, you know, and he's just stabbing the side of Bruce. Hey, we could make a little movie and do that. So, you know, but seriously, this is a really, really cool piece. I'm glad to have it. And I got a bunch of little pieces that we're going to put in a shadow box as found parts. And then we're going to display those. This one's not done yet, but this is original, the tracker that was used in Jaws. They have somebody makes a decal for it that Ryan was telling me about. And so I don't know how far I'm going to take this one on the, you know, making it that accurate. I don't know if that many people would know, but I know I'm hurting Ryan by saying stuff like that. So we're going to probably make it accurate as can be. This one right here, I just got two of. It's from the 60s. This is the actual, the life jackets that were used in Jaws. So I've got plans I can't really talk about with these, but it's badass. So nice. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I got this in today too. I've been forever. We lived not too far from the lake, so I was trying to find some people that might have something like this, and nobody did. But yeah, this is from the 60s. And I picked up both of them thanks to Ryan. Picked up two of these found parts, which you guys know is really popular nowadays, is, you know, found parts that were used in the films, pickups. But $50 for two of these. Not a bad deal, huh? That's a recruiter of the MS-2000 IR. Yeah, okay there, Benjamin. I wouldn't expect anyone more than you to know something like that. So, can't beat 1960s tech. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Zombie Hunter. I mean, it's the stuff they had back then to what they have now. It's shitty, from automobiles to you name it. Let's see. You know, Justin, I definitely good at finding props. I am, but it's definitely with the help of a lot of you guys, to be completely honest. So I'm not as techie on a lot of these things as a lot of you guys. So, you know, that's why I always give shout outs when I can. I don't take all the credit, but it's cool to have in the collection for sure. Pete, you go in the water, Cage goes in the water, Shark goes in the water. Yeah, I love that. That's a great scene. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, everything was built to last. So it's like, you know, I don't know what they expect. You know, nowadays it's like they build them, you know, to break. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. That's a whole other topic to talk about. Thank you, Jens. They are very, very cool pieces. And I'm going to be in need of you with Bruce here and ET come first of the week. Hope you're available. And Jens, thank you so much for everything that you and your family has already done to put into the dark side. You guys are very involved and care very much on the success of this place. And my heart goes out to you guys so much, man. Thank you so much. And you know, I appreciate you. So anti-shark cage. Yeah, right. Have you had anything yet where you said, oh man, that is not going to fit in the dark side? Absolutely. Yes. We've had to change quite a few things around. For example, Maximilian, I thought I had a place for him, and I don't. But yeah, they're like the one that comes to mind is the Probe Droid. I just how big and wonky it is and heavy. I just could not. I can't suspend it from the ceiling. If you guys see Michael McMaster's Probe Droid, it's it's on rollers. I mean, it's just very difficult to to dangle from a ceiling or something, which would have been really cool. So it's just going to have a snow base, and we're going to keep it here. So, but you guys, Denise has no idea that Maximilian will be maybe staying here at home. She's still trying to get me to get rid of my T800 and take it up there. But I like sitting in my living room and seeing some of my cool shit. We're back, everybody. Can y'all see me, hear me? Frozen in hyperspace. It's the heat. The grids went down. Now that the grids didn't go down. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know. Okay, cool. We're back. Okay, we're gonna get in some AC and chill. I know you guys are loving watching me sweat. Like, yeah. Hang on. Let me throw some lights on in here. Welcome to the Oz Gallery. Okay. It's about 72 degrees in here. Badass. So, what was the last question? So we were talking about the T800. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay, cool. Any questions? I know we were talking about the T800 and me bringing in Maximilian, but get over here. Hang on one second, guys. Say hello. Hello in TV land. Pete, how are you liking your Tuscan Raider? I know a lot of people are getting that. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't have any chairs up here. I'm looking for some place to chill. How about we chill by the vintage toys? We'll chill over here. There we go. Questions, anyone? Thank you, Jeff. What's your favorite thing on the menu right now? Oh, are you talking to me, Jeff? Are you talking about the dark side stuff, the pizza? It would have to be our barbecue pizza that we're working on. It's awesome. So, hey, Mike, will you be getting the Terminator Prime 1 pieces when they come out? Prime 1. You know what? I'm not quite sure. Cool, Pete. I'm glad you like that. It looks really good. Um, I'm not sure, Johnny. I'm not quite sure on those. So besides the Jaws stuff, pick up anything else new? Nah, we're working right now on Maximilian, which within 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 months should be done. Stay tuned because he's doing updates daily, which is really cool. So no new vintage, Armando. That's good coming from you, buddy. Thanks, by the way, for all your posts that you do, Armando. It's cool seeing what you post. It's pretty cool. Takes us back to the good old days. So keeping everything old. I've told a few of you guys about uh, the bikes. I've been getting into the bikes. Our friend Sean, I know he used to be into the bikes, so it's really cool stuff. But yeah, there's not really anything vintage that I really need. Um, but it's still, my favorite. So are you going to build? Does vintage count if on the jumbo Lando skiff came out? So I did get that ordered. So I don't know if that counts, but it's a vintage thing, but it's new. So are you going to build a cart? What does that mean, Darth Wizzy? What are you talking about? No. If you're talking about vintage cards, absolutely not. I have a bunch of them, but I'm not going to do that. If you want, it's still can be seen. He was one of our first guests on Collection Wars. Jeff, if you look up, he's got a lot of views on our Collection Wars. But he did I don't know if I think he sold a lot of his collection. I'm not quite sure. But I was actually inspired when I built this gallery to do. I mean, he had every carded. I've never seen a vintage carded display of new figures displayed as well as his was. It was really, really nice. So, oh, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, that was funny. I saw what you said. Yeah, we had fun with that. So, like, no, Darth Wizzy. Pete says, I've really been thinking about getting all of my original vintage toys out of storage and displaying them. I have 95% of it. Yeah, I remember you telling me it's in your mom or dad's attic. You need to go get that stuff and look at it. I mean, that'll bring back some good old memories, man, for damn sure. That's really cool. I love hearing stuff like that, Pete. Yeah, you've seen his collection, Darth Wizzy. It's nice. So I mean, hey, you going to do a bike with ET on it at Darkside where customers can sit on it and take pics? So yes and no. So we've thought about all the different things to do, but it's a fantastic idea. I know that there's places that do that. Um, but yeah, I haven't figured out. We were trying to think of a way at first initially, like where they could sit in front of Bruce and get their picture taken with the shark. You know what I mean? But it just kids, pulling the teeth. I mean, each one of those teeth are handmade. It's just there's 275 of them, and I don't want them looking all gappy. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but man, we've got that's a huge market of advertising where we can shoot. Whether it's the shark or of course, like we're gonna have our own Dark Side wines. They can get the baskets like you can get at Lucasfilm. Shots by Yoda. But I'm just not, but those are stuff that you could do yourself. But it would be very, very cool to have like a little studio where people can walk in there and get their pictures taken for a couple bucks or something. So it's just God, just one more thing, but it's there's the opportunities of what we're doing. It's just endless, and I'm trying to, you know, you know, the Dagobah diorama is coming along fantastic, Johnny. Thank you. Did Gabe help you with any of the legal? No, he hasn't, but I always reach out to him and talk to him. But me and him are working on some things when it comes to franchise stuff. Zombie Hunter, yeah, word of mouth is huge. But this is going to be an experience. This is going to be a destination spot, and we've got to you've got to be able to cater to everybody, not just the people having beer and wine, not just the people enjoying pizza, but the fans that love the nostalgia. So yeah, and we are, Jeff. We're going to have cosplayers there. There's a list very long and broad in regards to the 501st, having them in there. And we've talked about it on the show here. We're going to definitely do stuff like that. Maybe one night will be known when a lot of the cosplayers are going to be there. So, yeah, we'll just kind of play that by ear. So, but yeah. What else? Any other questions, guys? I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. What's up, David? Good to see you. Good to see you. No Gabe tonight. You know where he's at, right? He's at Universal Studios. No, just kidding. You know where he's at, buddy. Oh, Armando. So I think Bespin came in, Cloud City, that is. Cloud City for the upstairs lounge. That's a good one. Good question. So I think that's where it's going to be called. We had a ton of people reach out on what we're going to call it, and there were some really good ones. Do the cosplayers? Are you putting me on the spot right now, Zombie Hunter, or what? So, so Darth Wizzy, I take it that you're a big Kenner, old school Star Wars fan. What's your favorite figure back, card, and figure from Kenner? Man, that's a different one. I'm looking at the ones that I have in the card right now across the room. And I would have to say they're all kick ass. I'm looking at my 12 backs carded. And I would just have to say there was something about when I was 8, 9 years old, seeing the card back of two different ones. I got to say two. One of them is the Jawa, and the other one is the Tusken Raider. I love those two. And my favorite figure is the Jawa, and the one that means, because it was my very first figure, is, you guys already know, is R2. So, but yeah, Yoda's badass too, but it wasn't my time. I already had that. You agree, David? Yeah, I mean, you have a lot in common when it comes to vintage and our what we like in Star Wars, for damn sure. 5% or 10% discount for customers who dress up. Are you really negotiating what we're going to be doing? No, but yeah, it's not a big deal. Left Coast, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for hopping on. Yeah, Hammerhead. Hey, dude, Hammerhead was a really good one too. I remember Hammerhead being. There was something about him it was exciting, because that was the new batch of figures that you never knew that they were going to come out with more lines, because we never even knew about, besides Venture People and other bullshit. We didn't know about the Star Wars figures, and they had these 12 badass figures, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, they're going to have how many more new figures? R5 and Power Droid. They had some really unique figures, and Hammerhead was absolutely badass. Johnny, I know why you're asking me that. Will I be watching Ahsoka? I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not, but I mean, absolutely, I will. I will watch Ahsoka, just because it's Star Wars, and even though it's plaguing my mind and trying to take away all the originality I've ever thought about Star Wars, I will watch it, just because it's Star Wars. But I don't ever think about it as with Luke and all this other stuff. I see, I'm kind of a weirdo. I see Vader one way, I see Luke one way, and it isn't sucking in. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. But so I try to keep it, just Star Wars to Return of the Jedi, and in my head of where they all turned out to be, how Boba Fett got out of that sand pit, and he didn't gain a bunch of weight, and he's still as mysterious as he was ever thought of in the movie. Um, because it's just I look at him totally different now, and it sucks. So sorry, didn't mean to get off on that one. Um, yeah, Left Coast, man, the stuff that you've been doing, man, it's fantastic. So I'd really like to talk and get you on the show and talk one of these evenings. Be great. What you have to offer is very interesting. So remember to hit the like button. Thank you. Isn't that crazy? I don't ever think about doing stuff like that. And we are planning on doing, if you care, an updated collection tour, which I haven't done in over a year because I don't care about all the subscription. Like it's cool that the people that are interested, but I am definitely going to do an updated video, which I haven't done in so long. So, but yeah, I think Ahsoka may be good too. But again, I haven't watched. I know we were talking with Gabe, and Gabe said he just caught up on the cartoons and stuff. So it's kind of hard to, you know. So we'll see. Let's see, Brad and Michael. They used a Kenner style R2D2 in the Ahsoka show. Oh, really? What do you mean a Kenner style? Oh, really? That's cool. I didn't. Where did you hear that? That's pretty neat. I like when they do stuff like that. That's really cool. Um, thank you, Darth Wizzy. Appreciate that. What's up, Shane? Johnny, did you ever see the fan film here on YouTube of the Indoor Scout Biker worth the watch? Yeah, I haven't seen that. Very cool. Very cool. I think fan films are very, very interesting. Very neat. So, but hey, Jeff, that diorama that you have, I'm curious. I'm just going to ask you in front of everybody right now. So I know Brian makes dioramas. Brian did a great job on this build. What's the plan? Because it looks like the Falcon is bigger than the diorama. Is that the case, or does it fit on that side perfectly? Or are you going to do the other side as well? What's the plan with that? Because I freaking love that thing, dude. Looks awesome. Okay, I'll check it out, Brad, in the trailer. Will you buy the Bike Scout helmet? Um, be more specific, Armando. Will you buy the Bike Scout helmet? I have the Biker Scout from RS Prop Masters. Is it RS Prop Masters? No, wait. Is it RS Prop Masters? The guys in Europe? Can't remember. Yeah, I didn't get it from those dudes, but I did get one. Remember what I have the life size speeder bike that we're using. So yeah, Soka does look good, David, but won't get my hopes up. Yeah, exactly. Looks like might be on our way out. What's your? Oh, really? Did you hear something, David, about Kathleen that I don't know about? And I agree, David. David 10006. Yeah, the Rogue One is still feels like classic stuff. Maybe seeing Tarkin again. Yeah, it's you know what? Yeah, we all I think if anybody doesn't like Rogue One, they're lovers of the Last Jedi. Anyways, so let's see. Stars at Will having other time. Oh, badass, Jeff. That's cool. So yeah, I saw how they had that one at the Bandai. Did you see that one? Is that where you got the inspiration? Because that was really really cool. And yes, that will be freaking. That's going to be my favorite thing in your collection. I like your vintage case. That was a big inspiration, but that's going to be really cool. Zombie Hunter, I am the same. I think that the original series, the new stuff, I just think it's just another part of the Star Wars universe. Yeah, just keep it away. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, Tripping with Robin, yes. I believe that Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out when she's actually gone. It's like the UFO alien shit in Congress now. I need to see a body of. I understand. Yeah. We're not going to get into all that stuff. David, yeah, I heard today. No kidding. Mm, well, who knows? I know, you know what? I don't know if I've really, I know there's most of everybody are haters of Kathleen Kennedy. I did get the opportunity to meet her. I told her hello and she said hello. No, I'm just kidding, but that is actually what happened. But um, I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I think there was a lot of women's lib stuff that came in, and we're going to be real careful not to get into all that. But I do think, I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't hate Kathleen Kennedy like a lot of people do. I know we're the worst fans when it comes to how passionate we are, but I'm gonna, I don't know what to think about Kathleen Kennedy. I know that she was very much respected by two of the best, directors and creators out there in the industry. So she had to do something right. She's been around it, but it's hard to please everybody, and that's why I'm just lucky that we had what we had, guys. Especially all of us veterans in the Star Wars universe that aren't just brand new collectors or new into it. So I mean, it's like nowadays, if you ask somebody if they've seen ET or Back to the Future, they say no. It's like, golly, fucking weirdos. But anyways, so yeah, I know Kid in Left Coast. There's something about her, dude. She's always really cute, man. I don't know, I don't know. So, anyways, okay, zombie. When you put a message in Star Wars, it's not Star Wars. Yeah, we watch the movies to escape the crap in life. Absolutely, absolutely. I went by the movie theater today, guys, and it was packed, and that was a really good feeling to see that. I don't ever want to see the theaters die ever. Man, I can't believe we've already been in this 50 minutes. Seems like a lot shorter than that. Um, oh, far from that's cold. That's cold, man. She watches the show. Okay, let's see, Josh. Hey, I agree with this. Okay, so Jeff, I think she was good for bringing new stuff to the table, content, but she has to go, man. Oh, come on, man. You don't know? No, I have no. I don't have anything bad to say because I just don't know. You know, it's like, setting someone on fire and you don't know the details behind it. You don't know who's holding her hostage on the decisions that she has to make. You just don't know because even though she plays a role as of president, like Biden, he's not the president. So it could be okay. I know I'm getting off, but that was good. Yeah, you got. But anyway, so you know, she's just, yeah, I understand that she might need to go. Okay, let's see. Zombie Hunter. That was good. You guys got to know that. Know me. You guys, that was good. Okay. David, I found my vintage Kenner blaster last month cleaning out my mom's basement. Very cool, dude. I'm on the fence of either keeping it or putting it on eBay. Dude, what are you talking about? That's weird. Why would you want to put it on eBay? I mean, unless you just, I mean, you're spending your Saturday nights with us. I mean, that's got to have some kind of something, right? Don't put it on eBay, dude. That was yours. Shane, there's always someone about pulling strings. Absolutely. 100%. Yes, keep it. Matt, you don't hate anybody now, but I don't think she is an effective leader. Okay. The sequel trilogy was the firm plan that hurt the whole endeavor. Yeah, just everything about it. Just everybody's pissed. Just be happy. You know, just turn off all the TVs, look at your collection, big and small, and just ask yourself why you have that and enjoy that shit. That's all I got to say about that. So, yeah, I've got my blasters on the bottom shelf right in the middle back there. You can't even see it. It's cool just like looking up right now and, just taking time to look at my collection because, this gallery is separate from my house. So, unlike Denise, who gets to walk from her bedroom into the big Barbie gallery, I can't do that. I gotta walk through the sticker patch to get to my gallery to see this cool shit. But now again, that's why my house is turning into craziness. So Move along. Move along. Perfect, David. Hey, David, I'm just going to do some shout outs on your artwork, man. Your recent stuff that you've been doing. And I know some of the stuff you've been posting is some of your old school stuff, maybe that for old projects. But damn, dude, fucking incredible work, dude. You know, talking to you last night about you how hard you are on yourself about Greedo. It's badass, dude. Badass. And we were talking about the MYC, and I had mentioned, I'm not going to say you, but Michael at MYC came out with that Greedo. I don't know if you guys picked that up or not. Did anybody in the chat pick up the MYC Greedo? Did you guys like it? And does anybody know what's going on with is it Merlin models? I mean, I know that they were coming out with the AT-AT and Tydirium shuttle and all these crazy things. And are those coming to light at all? I haven't heard of anybody that actually has any of that stuff. So, but I don't know. I just don't know. But I don't know if you guys saw Jason Eaton. He just did that TIE fighter that's being crashed on the blue screen. Man, I don't know if you saw that, David. It's an incredible piece. It's incredible. So let's see. It's completed. Oh, Michael. Yeah. Oh, did you get the AT-AT, Scott? But did it come in? Did you receive it? Brad. Oh, damn. Gabe, that'd be hilarious. Nobody's coming on the show next week. Gabe's like, what happened? Oh, shit. I don't give a rat's ass. Anyways, I'll talk politics all day long. I'm the one that doesn't care. Okay, the Tandem ship at some point. Yeah, that's nice. Yep. Yep, that's a good one. I love the one that I have. I don't know if you've seen it, David. Um, oh, you do. Now, did you get it built, Scott, or was it already Chris? Holy shit. Okay, guys, seriously, let's leave this alone because uh yeah, I wish Lee was here, man. Me and Lee be busting heads, man. I argue with that damn dude all the time. Um uh Move along, move along. Yeah, seriously though, guys, move along. Um, let's see. But hey, Scott, did it come together, or are you having to put it together as a model? I think isn't that an option? I know Gabe ordered the Tydirium shuttle, so yeah, the Giant Meteor 2024, pretty much, pretty much. All right. So for Merlin's release of the AT-AT, I believe next is a TANF and ATST to release. All others are still in pre-production, I think. Gotcha. Okay, Janine, it's the kit. Okay. Very cool. You gonna put it together, Janine? I don't know his skills. I've seen yours, so it's pretty impressive. So, but very, very cool. But does anybody have any questions? I'm trying to think of what we could discuss. Um, we talked about pickups. Did anybody get anything interesting this week? Or um, the Tantive? Y'all call it the Tantive or the Blockade Runner? Shane, I just pre-ordered the. I'm not real sure about that Falcon one, Shane. Yeah, Janine, me too. That's the problem. Me too. Gentle Giants. Oh, very cool. Gentle Giants been coming out with quite a few things. I'm glad they're getting back on track, hopefully, with the jumbos. So, um, oh, is that the helmet, Armando, that you were talking to me about? If I'm gonna pick that up, I saw was it Nilda doing an unboxing, I think. Yeah, that's very cool. I wouldn't mind picking it up. I love what the Hasbro stuff. So yeah, the Black Series Spiker Sky. Yeah, that's cool. Frank Oz signature and Adam West Batman cowl. Oh, very cool, David. I didn't know that you were really into autographs that much. Was it the Kathleen Kennedy one that did it for you, or not Kathleen Kennedy? My bad, dude. So sorry. Marsha Lucas. That's you have that, I hope now. Um, Star Wars would have looked like gone in if Luke would have gave in to Palpatine. Man, Johnny, you're thinking too deep. You're a youngling thinking. Okay, let's see. Totally spelled that. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no kidding. And I was that's not very few far between. Do you have any special designs for the studio walls, lighting, etc.? Yeah, Armando, I do. We're not going to be doing the traditional Vader these type of deals. It's just going to be a modern day gallery. It will have a hint of Star Wars in it because uh, we're going to be doing just really the lighting and everything. I can't. I'll show you guys. It'll come soon, um, but yeah, the paint and everything. I'm actually matching a lot of it. If you didn't hear it on my I talked about it before. I did a real short video. Um, I did um, decided to go ahead and do it just like we did Dark Side. I love it lighter in there. I remember when we all the if you look at all the angles here and the work, if you look at this how we did everything in the background here, when this was all white, it looked badass. I mean, it looks cool now, but the whole deal was to make it look like the interior of a Star Destroyer or Death Star or something like that. And then the challenging part was installing, all my collectibles in here. So, it's actually still not done. We have a nice speaker system in here, but we're putting all that in downstairs where it simultaneously runs. And I'm doing some really neat things down there that is a huge tribute to the ILM modelers and all those guys. So I'm looking forward to finally being able to do that and hopefully have Lauren and a couple of the other guys here. It's been my dream out of all of them, anybody, is to get Steve Golly here. I haven't talked to him and I'm kind of worried, but Lauren told me that he was fine. He's just kind of on the download now. But anyways, having these kind of people in here walking the gallery, showing them that, hey, you guys are responsible for all this and we're going to keep it going. When I'm gone, someone else is going to be doing it. So, yeah, for sure. Okay, Brad, 80s music at Dark Side or movie clips in the background. You hear that if Scott's watching? It's going to be both. It'll be 50-50. Nothing more than 80s. It's going to be 70s, 80s music and a lot of movie clips, but not on screen. So it'll be coming out of those badass speakers we had put in. So come on, imagine the cool Star Wars I'm not. Okay, still loving the Kenner Jawa behind you. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, I haven't changed anything around in here. There's a few new people in the chat. I don't want to bore anybody, but would you guys like me to walk around and show you some of the stuff in here? I'd be happy to do it. Stuff that I don't show very often, I'd be happy to do it. Disco roller skating night, absolutely, David. Scott, you better have the greatest American hero in it. Believe it or not, yes, it's in there. It is. Name a song, guys. This is what we can do. This is fun. Name a song back then, and I'll tell you if it's in there or not because I'll know already. So, Will you invite Lauren Peterson? They already are, by the way. Armando, it's already in the queue. David, they can paint them, but there will never be a stormtrooper as intimidating as the Og Cylons. The original Cylons. My bad. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm a little slow. The OG Cylons. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you've seen mine, David. I love it, and it'll be a Dark Side. And the thing is, though, is not many people are going to know the Cylon. I mean, they're going to have to be in their 50s and above to know what the Cylon is. But I love that guy. He's kind of cheesy when you see him up close because mine's pretty accurate. And they got these big hockey gloves on. A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, yeah, A-Team's on there. Yep. See, Scott's telling you. See, Scott's doing it all, so he'll tell you. Scott will tell you. He probably goes to hearing it. Dude, I love Dion, by the way. I love Dion, but no. Airwolf, absolutely. Scott's like, son of a bitch. He's like, Janine, can you give me a pen? I need to start writing this shit down. No, but let's see. The good news, tons of nostalgic 80s songs in the Dark Side Pizzeria. News, they are all sung by Michael. Ah, what a dick. Let's see here. Is there wait, what? Is it there? But Airwolf is there. Oh, so what Scott's saying is that some of the stuff that we've been trying to pull, it's hard to get the quality that Scott expects. So I think if I'm right, Scott, Spaceballs soundtrack. God dang it, dude. Yeah. Why is there? Everyone keeps saying Airwolf. That's crazy. Street Hawk. Ugh, no, I don't have Street Hawk on there. When what, Janine? What the hell? I haven't even heard any of that crap. Don't tell me stuff like that. Jeez. Tales of no. Yeah, Knight Rider is awesome. Does anybody remember Beretta? Yes, Grease. Fat Albert. Holy shit, Brad. That's I doubt. How about Welcome Back? No, let's see. Yeah, Grease is a Fall Guy. I might jump an open drawbridge. Yes, absolutely. Did you know that they're making a Fall Guy right now? I don't know if a lot of you guys know that. So let's see. Roadhouse. No, that's newer stuff. But I have the soundtrack. It's awesome. That's 90s, brother. That it's like borderline 90s, but 90s. So Fall Guy is there. See? Chips, dude. That's funny. Da, 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 da. I was listening to that today. I don't know if you guys were too, but yeah. Yeah, well, it's going to be neat. Gremlins and ET, and I think it'll just take the props and the experience to a whole other level when you're sitting down. Breaker One Nine Convoy. I love that song. Breaker Breaker. That's a good one. Convoy. It's so funny. It's like some of these old movies, like Greatest American Hero. When you watch that, I don't know if you guys have watched that lately, and damn, it's so cheesy. It's so damn cheesy, but I loved it. I remember BJ and the Bear. That's really cool. Oh, I love Breakfast Club. Absolutely. Oh, for sure. The Last Starfighter is really cool. Here's Scott. Damn it, Janine. I said I need a pen. Okay. Shane. Nope. Yeah, no, it's okay. PJ and the Bear now. 10 hours of audio. So you guys are going to have to come about what 12 times to hear it all. That would be really cool. But yeah, we'll throw in the 80s music in there. You know, it's going to be fun. And you know, of course. No, Smokey and the Bandit. Absolutely. 70s is okay. Oh, the plane. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Yeah, see, got smoky. It's so crazy knowing that a lot of those people, I mean, seeing Burt Reynolds, the bandit and all that, just all these people are dying off and they're gone now. It just sucks. You guys want to know what I was watching yesterday? I went to sleep too. Don't tell nobody, but I was watching Charlie's Angels, the original. So I got to get up on that because I'm hoping Cheryl Ladd comes into the restaurant. I met her and she's super classy and she knows about the restaurant. And Denise wanted to go ahead and buy a Barbie because they had a Cheryl Ladd Barbie, and we're going to have it in the little vintage area. So if she comes in, she'll see that and she'll feel special. Love Boat, love, exciting and new. Hey, where y'all all going? No, who knows? So I mean, I think that I love hearing that old stuff. So let's see. But hey, let me show you guys a couple things here. I don't know if it'll be kind of like a pre-tour of my video. If y'all aren't watching the screen, then y'all are just gonna listen to me talk. But let me show you guys a few things that you may or may not have seen. But here is some Jason Eaton pieces. Here, let me do it this way. Maybe better. So these droids here, a lot of them light up. Everybody recognize this one here? This one's really cool. So you got that one. Yeah, to do it this way. You see these guys? That one at the end there, it lights up. It's badass. So does that one, the second one. And Jason's got another one coming my way. And then there's got a few other ones right here. This one. Where's he at? Yeah. This guy right here. He's really, really cool. Sorry. Isn't he awesome? The details are really, really cool. And then he did also, of course, he gifted me the very first one that he was doing, which was the Power Droid. I love doing the little backgrounds and stuff on them. So put that guy down. I'm going to put him right here. Yeah, and that's definitely not to scale. And you guys are familiar with the land speeder. You could look at this thing all day long. This thing is just simply badass. This was made by Jason. That crazy cool. Just the details that went into that thing. And the screen does light up. That thing is really, really cool. And a close-up of the Death Star. Guys, remember the Death Star here? This one lights up. Really cool. That thing. We have all these really cool little plaques and stuff. We just got to get it all put up. But yeah, I wanted this thing to be 3 feet, not 2 feet, which was the real accurate studio scale, but it just wasn't able to happen because of just the size and the shipping and worrying about it being busted up. So, oh. Okay. That's no moon. Okay. And you guys have seen the 8D8. This guy is getting ready to take a trip to the dark side. He's going to be in the Jabba room. He's really, really cool. He also has a plaque. He's got a space built just for him. And everybody knows. Do y'all know if I know that there was a Don Post 3PO like this one that was going on the auction block. Did it ever go? Does anybody know? And if so, what did it go for? Do you know? Because I just don't think that there's a better 3PO out there than the Don Post, hands down. And this one has such a great story. Here, you see Kenny's signature on there. That dent can be seen. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, it's really cool. So you're signing it. I still got to get some of these things. And you see my one of the special edition the 18 or however many CZ3. You can see I got to reglue it. Just fell to the ground on the chest. It's pretty crappy. So I guess stuff like that happens. And if you guys are familiar with this one, the Atticus Falcon, this is a really, really cool piece here. And I have a lot of the prototype pieces here that were made when they went into production. Some of the hard ones to get of these metal figures, these are all metal, is going to be the Luke Skywalker. Leia's kind of hard to get, and Han Solo's hard to get as well. The rest of them, the Stormtroopers, all those are readily available. And then here's a lot of the molds and stuff when they made it, like the little droids. And there you see me. I'm fading fast. And then here's a view of the inside of the Falcon. Very detailed for when this thing came out in the 90s. Very heavy. But the details, look inside. It's pretty cool. Action figure scale. And these are very, very difficult. This one right here is going to be the rarest one. It's the Luke Skywalker. These two are very hard to get. Do any of you guys have any of the Atticus pieces? So when this thing would show up to the door, this polystone material, this was always broken off the top, and the neck of the Falcon was broken. So, because when this came off the orders, it was very, very successful. It was right when Star Wars was really coming back in the mid 90s. And, people wanted it. Look, I've got the action figure. See Chewie in there. Steve Sansweet lit his, which is cool, but I don't like the lighting, how he did it. And then, so anyway, I've said this in a video before, but when they were going to build this, when they made this, it was so successful that they had decided to do the Dagobah. And then when they were getting all these things breaking and stuff, they reeled back in, and the Dagobah never came about. And that's when I decided to go ahead and build my own. And here it is. And when I got a guy that used to work for Atticus, this was one of their prototype figure, the Swamp R2 that was never released. I have him. So he's a very rare one to have in the collection. Really cool. So, but this is just I've got a flickering light. I'd have to get it, but I sculpted all that. But the right lighting without everything around, I just want to get in there, just want to hang out in the swamp. It's badass. And then I don't show this very often at all, but it's my action figure wall. I have, look, I don't like showing this, but look, I've got figures galore on the floor here in the back here, because I had planned on completely redoing this wall. I even have the bust ups up there, but I've got huge boxes of figures that have never been opened. But the reason that I started collecting the newer figures was just because of the details. I loved the details. So, but let's see, any questions that you might have since I've been talking? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Atticus did some stuff. Okay, all fixed. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this part of things. Yeah, far from. I love the Dagobah. It's one of my favorite things. Definitely on my diorama. Always loved as a kid. Yeah. Yes, for sure. But yeah, this is like out of all of my vintage. A lot of you guys, this is a pretty rare one right here, and this is the Mexican version with the hood that comes off. A lot of you guys might not know, but it's got a little hood that was separate that would go on him. Don't want to lose that piece. And then, of course, this one reminds me of my mama. So this little, you can find it on eBay probably for $25, $20. And finding this stand was really, really cool. I remember going to Kitty City and seeing that there. So, but this is a incredible piece, which is there's a couple different versions. There's a French version or European version of this. I still have these are the two stormtroopers that came with this. And usually when you get this set, the top here, this lid, it's usually yellow. And this thing is, because of the way we have the temperature controlled in here, it's maintaining. So luckily it hasn't turned yet. But love all these pieces here, the Hoth stuff. See, there's some of the blasters, metal collection. This is a cool. I always love getting the Sears book and seeing this stuff here. So I've got a couple pieces that are still in the box, like the A-Wing and whatnot. Of course, you guys remember the Gentle Giant stuff that I have here, the jumbo Gentle Giant, that is. Do you think that you will do your collection of museum like Joby one down the road in the future? No, I don't. Yeah, you know what's unique? His collection, God bless him, is it's just everything Star Wars. Where I think what differs me and Steve is the things that I have are like one-offs. Not many people have this stuff. So actually, a lot of it nobody has. Love this. This was a fun project on my own, building this, the Death Star trench. This is just I could stare at this forever. I still need to finish a couple of odds and ends on it, but the details, Mark Elkins built that X-Wing. Steve Neeson did the TIE Fighter. Mark Elkins did the exhaust port, which is just amazing. And then I have my twin pod cloud car pilots, that is, in pieces. And I got it down there because I got to rework the wiring. But this is, I have a space built for this big bad boy, which I'm really looking forward to. You guys take a little look at that. Is that just beautiful? I mean, it's hard to tell on this, but that thing sits almost 4 feet tall. And that's a studio scale chicken walker. And then that right there is MPC, I forget all the time, the snow speeder that Ben Yetter painted up. It's badass. So, and then I got stuff scattered everywhere. But so Vader here, he's fixing to take a trip to the dark side. Really, really happy with him. Again, I still need to get a saber for him. And then here's just some of my studio models. This one right here is Red 3. This is Biggs. This one does not light up. And then here is this was donated by Michael over at NYC. TIE Fighter. They had 2 different versions of that one. I think a weathered one or not. And a lot of you know this one right here. This piece. Let's show you guys. Isn't that just cool? Of course, my buddy Jens. Magazine, we're getting ready to put it in a frame. This is really cool. I mean, me and Gabe hanging out in the magazine, pretty cool. And of course, can't be looking at the chess table without looking at this bad boy right here, built by Tom Spina before it was Regal Robot. And then, for those of you that don't know, 3 weeks before Peter passed, I got his signature back here on the leather pouch, which was awesome that he was able to see this thing. I mean, just the pooch and the belly, everything about him, it's just, that's him. So, I this is the disco version. But anyway, let me it'll play all kinds of stuff on that damn thing. We got a few 6 scale people in the house. I've got stuff scattered everywhere, so it's a freaking mess right now. Did anybody order the new Dewback? And what do you think about the new Dewback versus the old Sideshow one? I like this one, but I know the new one's going to be cool. And everybody knows that the Wampa's been transported, but Luke hasn't been. He's dead on my floor. Sorry. This isn't the Tom Spina Regal one, but you know that's it's a fantastic. I mean, these are all World War II pieces, original pieces. A friend of mine out of Austin built this thing for me. At the time, it was like $2,000 for this whole guy. You know, this right here isn't metal, but I mean, he displays beautifully, especially if you put him in the right, put him in some rocks or something, which I had planned on eventually doing. And everybody knows this one. This is the studio scale Slave One. That's funny. I'm giving you guys a little tour here. This one right here is really, really special to me. Mike, let me put this in the collection. This is about a 4.5 foot long scratch built Y-wing. And it's just absolutely amazing, beautiful little piece here that lights up. And he's got pilot he put in the cockpit here. So, which is real cool. And he just put even though it's not accurate, but he put an R5 in here. So, and of course, I know a lot of you guys are the studio guys, so I can show you some of this stuff. Here's what a lot of the DeAgostini Falcon. This does light up. It's a beautiful piece. This is a fantastic paint scheme. And one of my first models actually is the hot dog, the TIE Bomber. This it's small compared to like your, this one. So the TIE Interceptor from Return of the Jedi. And this is a custom Randy Cooper build here. So Jeff, Slave One was built by Mr. Mike Salzo. He's the one there was a lot of people that had their hands in on that one, but it was Salzo who did the majority of them. The ones that you see at Launch Bay at Star Wars, if they're ever open, those were built by Mr. Mike Salzo. And then here's the big monument figure, Stormtrooper, that goes with these. I still got to do some stuff down here. A lot of you might have or seen the EFX Vader melted helmet. I love the base on this one. The base is fantastic. However, I don't know if you guys know the story, and here's real quick before I show you the other one. This is this actual studio scale probe droid. It's not EFX or MYC. This is studio scale. And when it's plugged in, antennas go up and down, the lights come on, the head turns. It's put a soundboard in there, and this was built by Mr. Mike Salzo. I don't have a lot of these, but Code 3. This is a Return of the Jedi Walker. Code 3. This was a piece that I had a long time ago, which is that Slave One. That thing weighs a ton, and that's a Hasbro Boba Fett. Perfect, $190 or whatever. This one right here is the prop shop Vader. They're supposed to come out with 500 of them, and there was only, I think, like 27 released, and I was one of the lucky ones to get it. You guys will know about them, but was a lot of money. I was at the time, it was almost $5,000. And then you could get the EFX one with a better base. It actually has ashes and stuff inside the helmet, which is really cool details. And, a lot cheaper. And then here's a couple more. Mike Salzo, originally built by Jason Eaton, which is, the first one is the crane, the Star Wars crane from Star Wars. You see that crane when the Millennium Falcon is getting pulled in into the Death Star. So really cool. But yeah, so this one right here, this thing lit. It's going to look so cool. All this stuff is just going to be displayed the way it should be in the gallery. Yeah. It's an incredible paint setup. That's a lot involved. There's been some people that have done some really good jobs on the paint ups of these. This one right here is badass. So show you. This is the transport. This is going to be down by the medical frigate, along with the calamari ship. This thing is badass. Mark Elkins did this one. I believe this is close to studio scale right here. They have made some bigger ones, but that's up in the air. So any questions? You get the model of it. Yes, Armando, on the Return of the Jedi Death Star, coming soon. Star Wars Slave One again. Yeah. Okay. Is that the only sequel trilogy item that you have? Yes. No, I have actually. You trying to get me in trouble? Far from. Or no, but the sequel trilogy stuff would be cool shit like the Mando. I love like the Boba Fett here. He's really cool, but like stuff like that, I don't care. This is don't really care. Kylo Ren. I just was getting that stuff at the beginning, but I love stuff like this, story behind the story. But like the Commander Cody, it's my son's name, so I got that. But like stuff like that, this is a custom piece made by Joel. Fantastic. Here's a Skyhopper made by Jason Eaton. This was his first one out of the gate. What I like about this one is, unlike the one that you see in the film, this one is weathered, which is what I wanted. So it's like it's actually being used, That's a badass piece. Really, really cool piece. But yeah, that's some of the stuff right there. So much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for saying that, Left Coast. I can show you guys a couple other little things. Y'all seen the this one's really good. I love this one. This was the Randy Cooper sand crawler that he made. I mean, this is like out of the film, beautiful. And these are some of the older Jawas that I have before I did, the newer ones. So yeah, here's a wide shot. And then I have, just stuff like everybody remember these right here. You could get the Wonder Bread. These are cool little things to have. And you can collect these easy because there's only 12 of them. Wait. Let's see, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 of them. So you got 16 of these to collect. And you'll have the whole collection. And those are the Wonder Bread cards. I remember because you could see the card when you'd buy the bread. You could kind of look in there and see which one. You guys have seen how Lee did his Princess Leia. Well, he completely copied me. I'm just kidding. He didn't. But a couple years ago, I did this, and I didn't know how I was going to display this piece, but it just turned out fantastic. But I love Yoda. I love the Dagobah. That's my favorite, being Empire Strikes Back. But let me show you guys. So we're going downstairs. And this is disgraceful what I'm getting ready to show you. But y'all have seen the 6-scale snow speeders. And then that's the RS Biker Scout helmet that's going to be in the restaurant. That's Luke and Dak. And then that's the new Jazz Inc. piece. I don't have a lot of. These are me and my boys all hanging out. That was a good time. Except Disney for 10 hours, 100 hours. But this right here, I love the bus. I was able to take a tour through Gentle Giant when it was the original people there. They were real family oriented and they were just super cool ass people. I remember on my birthday, I got to, when I flew into California, they let me go and tour their studio and see a lot of the stuff that they were building. But what I'm ashamed to show you is all my studio models that are on the ground. You know, Gold Leader. But you guys are going to see all this stuff. So when we get this stuff properly displayed, you'll get to see that. That's the Don Post TIE Fighter pilot. And I know I've shown you guys this, but I'll show you again. Just absolutely love it. Is Yoda. I'm so proud of this guy. There's Marcel's piece back there. One of my first prints I bought from him. But yeah, I loved doing him. And with Luke and R2, it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. And then through Jeff's inspiration and help, I was able to create this right here, which is one of my favorite things in the whole collection. And mainly because all of these were my figures. All of that stuff was mine when I was 7 years old. So, and 8, 9, 10, whatever. So, really cool stuff. Let's see, what mounts are you using? Those are to Shane, those are Panavice mounts. They're made by Panavice. Let's see. Thank you, Armando. Got a handful of Jawas. I don't know why. It's like Denise, when she's getting Barbie stuff, she's always buying Malibu Barbie because they're her favorite. But if I see Jawas, I just buy them because I can't have enough Jawas. I don't know what it is, but I just love Jawas. And I have a lot of the Star Wars comics. They're just not properly displayed. So that's going to change. And here's Studio A-Wing that does light up. This thing's huge. This thing spans over 2 feet in length. It's just hard to tell. Yeah, isn't that funny? Zombie Hunter. Yeah, there's just something about it. Yes. Yeah, seeing all these right here is just, just seeing the figures. Well, I almost just knocked over my studio scale TIE Fighter. Not the MYC one, but my good one here. This is a badass piece, but I'm not back here much. So, but yeah, just seeing just look at this, guys, for a minute. Let's start up here. For Left Coast. And that is my original blue Snaggletooth that I bought with my set. So every one of them here. I do have variants like on the Luke heads and the telescoping Lukes and all that. They're upstairs. I do have those. No big deal, but I do have them. Yeah, face. But yeah, it's just Jeff told me where I could get these backgrounds, which was off of Etsy. This guy, that's a really, really cool deal. So, but yeah, here's Red Jammer. And here's the Ion Cannon 1 in 177 scale. Or 1 in 144 scale. So, but yeah. Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen this online. I picked this up. This is really cool. We were talking about Yoda earlier. This is like a 3D. The lighting's fantastic, but this is a whole bunch of pieces stacked on top of each other. and then it creates that. And the lighting, if you have the right lighting, it's just, look at it. It looks like it's lit right now. Isn't that cool? That's a really cool piece. Love my cards, man. I love my Topps cards. Love them. Had so much. I had probably more fun collecting those than anything that I ever did when I was a kid. And this one's pretty cool. I can't read the artist's name, but this is something I picked up, I think, at my first celebration. And then I did the matte around it, the orange, to let it blend. Just, like a lot of you guys, they'll have picture frames like everywhere and posters everywhere, but you just don't have room where to stack them. But yeah, I got a lot of the just posters and McQuarrie prints like these right here that are signed prints. They light up with the film cells. A lot of you guys have seen them. These right here are actually boring, but a long time ago, these things came out. And this is Procter & Gamble posters from a long time ago. These were like the first posters that I ever had, besides like my favorite all-time Star Wars poster, like probably a lot of you guys. Do you guys remember, all you veterans, do you guys just remember as a kid seeing that? Not knowing when you go into the theater what that's going to be about? Look at that. That is just the coolest ass poster that's ever been. I love that thing. I love it. So, just a bunch of different things, but yeah. So, yeah, I do too. My favorite thing to look at in the collection, Michael, and then yours. Oh, yeah, that's cool, Jeff. I'm glad you said that. Remember me, but that's actually like when we first started hanging out and talking. I was like, hey, man, tell me about that. So, yeah, lots of memories for sure, Zombie Hunter. Man, I never did see Star Wars in the drive-in. I mean, I don't know how old you are. I'm 53, but I didn't see Star Wars for probably a good, I don't know, probably 9 months till after. And it was a lady that lived in my apartment complex that took me to see it with her son. Again, they had already seen it, but holy crap, I'll never forget it. That was good times. Good times. I couldn't imagine seeing it in a drive-in. Nothing against the drive-in, but I don't think I think seeing it in a closed-in movie theater would be a better experience, respectfully, but still cool that you saw it in a drive-in, because they don't exist very much anymore. So, some of my favorite Star Wars posters. Oh, very cool, Armando. Good. Well, happy birthday coming up. We're the same age. But yeah, so Janine said it earlier. There's so many projects that you take on, and it makes it just. I'm building this very. It's an undertaking. This dark side. It's unreal. It's hard to believe. I have to pinch myself every once in a while. I hear all the cool things and all the inspiration from all my friends and family, and it's hard to believe that it's so surreal that it's fixing to happen. And just setting up in there and standing back, because I mean, from pouring the slab, just getting our permits. And so anyway, we're talking about projects. It's just, I've been wanting to build this studio deal for quite a while, and now I'm back on it, and it'd be cool to have it done. So when a lot of you guys fly in and come to the restaurant, well, guess what? You're going to get to come over and take the tour over at Star Killer Ranch, and we'll have that all done and working up. So Lee's like, you got to have that. So when people come, I'm like, yeah, no problem. But what? You got your first commission. Very cool, Janine. Good for you. Pretty soon you'll be putting in your 2 weeks, huh? So all the projects, that I've been taking on, it's just, I got to chill, because it's like I can't get it all done. And then because you have so many projects, you don't stop to appreciate the things that make you. It's hard to explain what I'm saying. I know you know what I mean, but it's hard to enjoy what you have. Like all this stuff that, like, I've enjoyed showing you guys what I have tonight because I haven't seen this stuff in quite a while. I paid any close attention to any of it, and it's like, there's too much shit, So bottom line is, I want to get my studio scale room completed. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm respectfully done, and I'm not taking anything away. I can't believe I'm telling you guys this, but I know y'all are calling me bullshit, but I'm done with a lot of these things, because I can't do any more and enjoy it any more than I already can, right? So it's like if you have a Porsche and you got to go get a couple more Porsches, are you going to enjoy those more than you do just having the original one? So I'm at that point, but I do have to finish my studio scale room. I've got to get that thing done because, you know, I got all these badass models and they're sitting in the shop and they're just not properly displayed. And that's a crime. I think that all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into making a lot of these big models, like that 8-foot studio scale, that actually put a huge dent in the guy that made it. He's just seems to be not the same ever since he's made that thing. I'm not kidding. Um, but they have to be properly displayed and they have to be shown for people out there that haven't ever seen this stuff or are freaking clueless about it, because there's going to be generations to come that are going to want to know, and we're going to have it for them. And I think that's really important. And I always say in my videos that, I'm not a know-it-all, because I'm not a know-it-all, but I try to educate from what I know. And if I don't know, I don't know. But don't call me out. Oh, you're wrong about this. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, bottom line is, I'm trying to preserve some of these things for generations that hopefully will get to be seen. And that's what Kurt Kuhn, guys, remember Kurt? He's not in the best of health. He no longer has Modeler Magic, and the gentleman that's taken over, hopefully he's going to see it through. But his dreams of, keeping this going studio scale, and not necessarily has to be studio scale, but just the modeling alone, everything that's coming out, is it just a money grab or what? But there's a lot more available out there now than what was, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, at some point, Armando, you do want to just sit back and enjoy your collection. Yes, anything worth it. You know what, Zombie Hunter? You said anything worth having takes time. Let me tell you, I remember my middle daughter Taylor. She was out here, and I was stressed. I'm always seem to be stressed when I'm on the job site wherever I'm at, and got a lot of responsibilities and want to make sure it's done 110%. And she's like, "What's the matter, Dad?" And I go, "I'm just trying to get this finished." And she's like, "Dad, you need to slow down and enjoy the ride." And I was like, "What? I mean, who are you telling me that? Holy shit! You're right. I need to slow down and enjoy the ride, because I haven't been, because I'm so focused on getting this done that, it's like, slow down." Like everybody's telling me, "Hey, when's Darkside going to be open?" I'm trying to get it open, but I'm really not in a big hurry. I don't have to, respectfully, I'm saying this, I'm not made of money, but I don't need to rush it open just to have bad service and have people bitching that, the food sucked or something. So if it's next February, it's next February, but it's going to be done, so. But I know I've been kind of chattering. It's kind of cool, though. I feel like we're all still talking, even though I'm the one yakking, you know. But if I don't lose you guys, I'll try to show you my nasty ass shop too quick, where a lot of you can see the Tantive or the blockade runner. Hopefully I won't lose you guys. Hey, Peaches. So since we're here, if you want here, but I'll just go ahead and show you the Star Destroyer one more time. You can never not get enough Star Destroyer. See the inside there in the middle of there? Let's see. That's where they release the trash. Isn't that cool? Did you see the Millennium Falcon? But yeah. And I don't know what it's going to do if I cut these lights, but let's do it anyway. Boom. Yeah. Let's go underneath. Look at that. Are you guys seeing this? Look at that. It's like in the movie. Watch. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's badass in there. Sorry, I'm being geeky here. And I don't have the medical frigate on right now. Got some lights on. Let me just show you real quick. Yeah, there's the medical frigate. Guys, can y'all believe that thing? Look at that. Just, yeah, that's so cool. And those things are going to display beautifully. So here's the blockade runner here. This thing's a little over 4 feet in length. It does light up, but I just don't have it lit right now. And this isn't true studio scale, but it's been out quite a while. And this is a kit that they're really difficult to find. And look at these. These are badass. Look, the mongoose bikes. Love those things. And then I'm embarrassed to show you guys all this stuff, but there's my ET ship. And then I got the Battlestar Galactica. And then you guys remember this piece here? This one's really special, and it's just sitting here. But this is an original Joe Johnston's sketch made, and it's got actual studio scale from the actual film on this helmet. This is a prototype Cylon helmet. This is a Cylon. There was 3 different ones, and I got one of them. I won it in an auction, and it's going to be beautifully displayed, I promise you. So, but yeah, that's that stuff. And you guys can still hear me, right? Which model is the most fragile? Would you be scared to move any of this one right here? This one. And it's crazy because, yeah, scares the shit out of me moving that thing. This one, they've got really good rollers, but and how they don't teeter-totter, it's amazing. So, but so the gallery, come on out, kitty cat. We're doing the doors. It's going to be like a gallery door. I have a lot of the stuff when my mom passed is in here, so I haven't been able to clean out. But once this is clean, I'll be able to keep my cars and stuff in here. But when you walk in this room, the door will open, and I don't know how much you can see in here, but it's got. I don't want to lose you guys, so I'm going to be quick. And then I got all the. It's going to be pretty neat. It's just scary how Steve doing in here. But yeah, let me get back. Probably lose you guys. Yeah, the weathering on R2 is spot on. I mean, we took the classic picture of the one that Kenny Baker was sitting in at Dagobah and matched it up the mud pretty damn close. So that one's pretty damn close. Let's see here. Golly, I cannot believe we're almost 2 hours in on this show. Okay. How do you go? You know what? These things are pretty durable, these models. I still get a little panicked, but I can assure you, so when the garage door is closed, air flows underneath the decking up here because I have a huge theater room upstairs too. And the theater room, between all the AC and the foam insulation, you can see in the new scale that's also foam insulated, and we're going to put 2 AC systems in there. So I'm air conditioning the shop, but it actually is pretty cool when all the garage doors and stuff are down. But I just wasn't prepared and didn't close them all up. So, but yeah, that's it. Let me grab my phone, guys. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's a lot of, let's see, well, lighting design for your gallery. Lee Armando definitely had some say in what I was doing. Whether I listened to him or not, it's another story. But he helped me out a whole lot, though, picking out stuff. So, but so yes and no to that. He is supposed to come down here and help me light at the dark side, the interior boxes. So, but is there anything else you guys want to see, or I'm trying to think of something I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, remember I was telling you guys about that Cylon helmet? These are actual sketches that Joe Johnston did. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to actually display that in the room, the studio room. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to probably put Maximilian. If I don't go ahead and end up putting him in the in the restaurant, I'm going to put him in the house. So, and I didn't show y'all Jabba that's on the ground, life size Jabba head. So pretty legit, huh? West Coast did him out of Houston. And then I'll just show you one more time. These two guys. Fantastic. Couldn't have two better figures than for life size anyway. Stormtrooper's cool. I don't have Darth Vader. I wanted to get Vader, but I haven't. So hey Jeff, thanks for all the questions and hopping on with us. And I'm gonna be wrapping up here soon. I'm really had a blast with you guys. So hang on one second real quick, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, Zombie Hunter. Yeah, so guys, unless y'all have any other questions, I think this is going to be the time to sign off. I had a blast hanging out with you guys tonight. Be ready to get back on schedule, having some really cool collection guests on the show. I just, like I said, it's more me than Gabe. Just having time, this takes up a lot of time, and then on Saturdays, I try to be here. You guys know already. I try not to miss a Saturday if I can help it. So I look forward to doing this live show at Darkside with the background of all the patrons enjoying their food. And maybe you guys get to see me kick someone's ass right out of that place. No, but it'll be a good time just looking down, seeing everybody enjoy the nostalgia of, I'm able to do that to a lot of people. I don't know what it's going to be if I kick the bucket. Is it going to be, oh, that was the guy that had that big Star Wars collection? I want to know that I can give back. I'm not being weird. I'm just saying I want to be able to give back somehow, some way that everybody can enjoy this, So, and I think the dark side is going to be the key to making that happen, and not just Star Wars, with everything. Everybody goes back to the 80s, to the good old days, and I try to educate my kids. I know my older kids understand how important the 80s was now, but like my little Haley, she doesn't know. So, but anyways, guys, any questions? Far from, have a great rest of the weekend. Everyone, thanks, Michael, for showing us everything. Can't wait to go visit Darkside. Hopefully see your collection in person. Absolutely. Far from. Armando, yeah, man. I like my being solo every once. It's fine. I don't mind it. I did it on my Star Killer, so it's pretty easy. So throw him out. Yeah, that'd be badass on me, right? Get the hell out of here. I'll have him some special forces in those deals. But But anyways, guys, well, listen, it was a good evening. It's not going to be an exit like we normally have because I don't have the capabilities of doing it here. So I'm just going to cut the show. But yeah, absolutely had a great time with you guys. I'm going to go chill and enjoy my time with Denise tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday and, take time to just, I know I'm sounding like dumb, but take time to enjoy this stuff and not worry about collecting it. Take time to stop and just, you know, enjoy what you have, not calling the kettle black. But so really, guys, y'all have a great one. And I look forward to seeing you on next weekend show. Can't wait to have Gabe back on and hanging out again. So y'all have a great evening and love you guys. Good night, Jens. I love all you guys. Again, thanks so much for your Saturday evening and hanging out with me. So until the next video, we will see you soon. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.